Hey, Joe Pell from Bark, and today we're going to take a look at this Menu 20 spaghetti with beef and sauce and this Menu 5 spaghetti with meat and sauce, a little bit less specific. Now, this Menu 20 was given to me by Steve from 73 Forge. Let's take a look at some of Steve's work. Here are a couple of knives that were made by Steve. This is his rancher style right here. Now, this is a real beast. And then this one I just recently received. And they're very similar in style, but there's a huge difference between the two. First off, let's just take a look at the size of the blade. You can see that this one is significantly thicker. This guy weighs 10 ounces, this is 6.2 ounces. I mean, they're very similar in size and shape, but you can tell that the grind on this is much different than the grind on this. The grind is way down here, it's very thin. This worked great. I used it last week for doing some nachos and cutting some meat with it. This is stainless steel. This is a carbon steel. This thing is just a bruiser. This is fantastic for splitting wood with, and if you're the kind of person that likes to baton, you got lots of metal just to bang on that thing. Anyhow, both these knives are great. Thanks so much, Steve. But let's get on to his ration that he sent me. So the reason I'm not doing this as a standalone ration is that unfortunately it had been opened before Steve purchased it and was sold to him that way. So we're going to open this up and see how much of it, and I'll just maybe aim it better for the camera, how much of this is accurate to what should have been, which I believe is the 2012 ration. And then we'll compare it to this brown bag ration, whose date we will find out in just a second. So let's just go ahead and zip right into this guy, which I probably could have done a little more elegantly. So right off the top we have our accessory packet with the Tabasco sauce and what will almost certainly be really crap coffee. There's your date code right there. So it looks like it's 1995. MRE spoon. Charms. Grape Jelly. Cocoa beverage type 1. Lemon slime. Some crackers. A cookie bar. A really old heater bag. And of course our spaghetti with meat sauce with a much, oops, hang on, let me see if I can't get in. And our spaghetti with meat sauce with a much abbreviated ingredient list compared to what you get nowadays. And no big surprises inside the accessory pouch. We got our toilet paper, white tip matches, wet nap, sugar, coffee sweetener or whitener, salt, junk coffee, and junk gum. And this thing still actually looks, this looks pretty decent still. Any slightly less ceremonious opening, I will pop the staples and we'll see what's left in this guy. Right off the top, we got a little Bulliard's pepper sauce. Oh, a typical AmeriQual, it's a bag in a bag. But it's opened. So we have spaghetti with beef and meat sauce, a much longer ingredient list. Hot beverage bag and a heater. Orange drink. Cheese spread. Raisins osmotic. Pretzel sticks. Chipotle snack bread. Now I don't think that is actually part, I think that got stuck in there because I looked at the list before I opened this up and I don't think that was in there. We got a spoon and our accessory packet. Let's just cut into the old accessory pack. Much of the same. Got our toilet paper, gum, moist towelette, sugar, salt. Oh, this is different. Diario instant coffee. I've never seen that before. We'll have to get that actual go. Red tip matches. Non-dairy creamer. Let's just go ahead and get the ugly out of the way. Pop open this Taster's Choice just to see how bad she looks on the inside, which doesn't want to open. Oh. It's stuck together like tar. I don't see any white mold. It might actually be serviceable, but it just seems so gross. It's just not worth it to me. Let's go ahead and rip this cookie bar open. I say that. Now these things are kind of interesting. Oh shoot! Well, that was exciting. They're just a hard, dense, kind of an oatmeal deal. I don't know if anybody's actually seen one of those where someone opened them and they were bad. Let's give this baby, oh, here comes a truck. Let's give this a baby an open. Just a little bit of one. Here are crackers, looking pretty nice. Unfortunately, they aren't the nice salted looking ones, but they're probably still pretty good. Let's crack over some lemon lime from 1995. Actually, it's kind of a not a weirdly overly bright green fluorescent color. Kind of looks like an actual lime drink. Give her a taste. Cheers, Steve. Pretty good. It just tastes like lime, which is pleasantly surprising. Not overly sweet, mixed up pretty good. Doesn't have a disturbing color. Delicious. Well, time to try out some 25-year-old grape jelly, which I took the liberty of kneading. Whoa, shoot. It actually kind of looks a little brown. Well, unfortunately, that jelly was pretty runny and just ran right into my hand. But, yeah, it was not... I don't think it was, like, poisonous or anything, but it just had lost any kind of flavor that it might originally had. Also, this cracker is incredibly stale. Although it is 25 years old, so not too bad considering, I guess. But, yeah, not very good at all. Let's take a look at these charms real quick. Oh, that package is real. Oh, they're sticky. They're really sticky. Oh. Can you see how gooey that is? I wonder if that's watermelon. Oh, God, it's all over my fingers now. Oh. Look at these guys. They actually look like I ran them under the faucet or shellacked them or something. But yeah, that's just sticky sugar. And it took a while to get my fingers clean. Let's get some 25-year-old piping hot spaghetti out onto the tray. Ooh. I didn't do that very smoothly, but here we go. Oh, it's so hot. Boy, I have to tell you, it smells really good. Let me get a spoonful up here for you. It's just spaghetti. Here we go. For science. Tastes pretty good. I actually kind of tastes like there's cheese in there and maybe garlic. Tastes pretty decent. Well, I gotta tell you what, if I had a little Parmesan to sprinkle over the top of that and a little pepper, it'd be top notch. The consistency is really mushy though. That is not very pleasant. Let's go ahead and compare that 1995 spaghetti to the, looks like 2011 spaghetti that Steve sent me, which is burning my finger. Well, a big difference between the two is that the 2012 version, or 2011 version, let me just screw this up all the time here, actually has chunks of beef in it, or meatballs, I should probably more, and this is more like meat particles. This spaghetti looks a lot thicker too. It has a much different smell to it. I'm trying to figure out exactly what that smell is. It's good, it's just different. I will say that this is a little bit better tasting than the older version, mainly because the noodles are not as mushy, and it's really nice having a piece of meat that you can bite right into and give you a little something to chew on. The tomato flavor in the 2011 version is not as pronounced as in this guy right here. I kind of like that sauce a little better. Getting pretty thirsty, so I'm going to have to move on to my orange drink. This has got 180 calories in it, which is almost as much as this has. I think that was 330. Here we go. The camera's not picking it up, but it has more of a nectarine color than an orange color. Let's give it a taste. I'm not enjoying that at all. Oh. It's just really harsh, acidic, not fun to drink. Let's check out this Chipotle snack bread. Oh shoot. That's 180 calories. Wow. Not that bad on sodium. 380, 4 grams of protein. Let's get her open. Ta-da! Right with the old thinger right on the front there. Ooh, smells really good. Wow. Alright, let's try some weird shaped bread from right in the smack of 2011. This thing has great flavor to it. You really pick up the chipotle. It's not overly spicy, it just has that nice roasted chipotle flavor to it. Man, they should make this again. I'll tell you guys what, that bread has a little bit of heat that sneaks up on you at the end there. I'm going to try a squirt of this cheese on it. That's probably the way to go. Oh, by the way, don't mix this with the spaghetti. It is not good together. It kind of is a strange, ooh. You know what? I may not, let's just put this on a stale cracker first and have a look at it. It's kind of coming out off-colored. Here we go. I'm a little worried about that. Now my tongue is burning from that Chipotle bread. I won't be able to tell if I get numb tongue or not. Well, here's our cheese squirted out onto the cracker. The color is pretty off all the way through it. The little piece I tasted was basically okay. It doesn't have as much of the cheese flavor as you normally get when you try it, but I'm going to just go ahead and put a little bit on the corner of this bread just to see what they taste like together. Man, that's a real home run right there. If this cheese was fresh, there's no way anybody's trading those two things away. That's a real home run together. I'm going to take another little bite. The cheese has just lost all of its cheesy flavor. The texture's okay, and it doesn't like taste bad. It just doesn't taste as good or as cheesy as it normally does. I have a couple, 3 more bites of that. That cheese and that bread together are strangely addictive. Let's check out these pretzels. I'm sure that's going to be exciting after the Chipotle bread and cheese combo. Wow, they actually look really good. No broken ones, and they're nice and shiny looking. Let's see if they're stale. Wow, these are perfect. 25-year-old oh no, wait a minute. These are not 20. These are from 2011. They're not that old. Well, they're pretty old. Just for grins, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of pepper sauce on the corner of my spaghetti, provided I can get it to tear open, which I'm seeming to have a little bit of trouble with. Oh my gosh. So just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this hot sauce on the corner of my spaghetti. I don't think it actually needs it, but I'm just interested to see what it would taste like with it on there. Oh, that kind of came out of there ugly looking. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to come out tasting like straight up vinegar. Like spicy hot vinegar. Not really anything to see here. No, I did not enjoy that. Well, if you're still hanging with me, I'm sure it's because you wanted to see these raisins. Who doesn't want to see that? Oh, they're really dark looking. Behold, a raisin. Yeah, so I took a couple bites of these guys, and at the first chomp, you're like, well, these taste pretty good. I don't know why everybody gives these a bad rap. And then after you get a couple chews into them, there's this weird, not fluid tasting after flavor that's disgusting. So yeah, I'm done with raisins. But I still have this delicious cereal bar, which doesn't look delicious. but I'm going to go ahead and, whoops. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a try. This is like the most boring taste test of anything ever because this is almost flavorless. And it's really crumbly. So I think these things are basically sugar with just enough shortening and flour to keep it all together and not fall apart completely. But they're super sweet. They taste good. It's kind of hard to describe unless you have it, but it's just a nice sugar flavor, a little bit of honey to it kind of, but I don't think there's any honey in there. The other thing I have left to try is going to be this 25-year-old cocoa. If I can find the notch on it. And it looks perfectly fine. And the Strange Coffee from 2011, which I've never seen before. That's interesting. Let's give this coffee a try. Now, when I poured it in here, it smelled exactly like Taster's Choice. It's okay. I thought it was going to actually taste a lot more acidic than it does. It actually tastes pretty decent. Time to try it after I put the non-dairy creamer in there. I think it was better before. Now it tastes really fake. Ugh. Time for some cocoa that's 25 years old. Fantastic. Nope, still great. That's going to do it for my dual review of a 1995 and a 2011 spaghetti dinner. I want to say thanks again to Steve from 73 Forge for providing me with that 2011 ration. That Chipotle bread was fantastic. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see that again. From what I can tell, that was only available from 2011 to like 2013, or no, 2008 to 2011 in that specific menu. So that is kind of a really rare item. Thank you so much for sending that, and thank you so much for that badass knife. Hope for everyone that this was the best 1995-2011 spaghetti review you'll watch today. Catch you later.